Hello, Siraj Raval. How are you? I see you're doing shitty. It's okay, brother. Shitty is a good place to be at this moment in your life. So I want to tell you that I've been wanting to thank you from the bottom of my heart that when I met you, I was in a place similar to where you are right now. Actually, I had suffered in 2014. I had a stroke. It hit my cerebellum on the left hemisphere. And I was deeply depressed. My 30-year marriage came to an end. Um, I had erratic behavior at the time that cost me everything I had. It cost me everything. Not only could I not do what I do, I'm a computer scientist. I've worked for the likes of IBM, and I've worked at Citrix, and within Citrix, I worked on the code for Windows NT. I was an integration and build lab engineer. So I want to tell you, number one, I am deeply grateful, Siraj, because at my lowest point, I came to your channel, and I started wrestling with the things that you were teaching, and I was like, "Fuck it, I can't just implode." I was at a point when every morning, Siraj, I woke up disappointed that I had not died in my sleep. Disappointed that I had not died in my sleep. Think about how horrid to live under that state. I'm a father of two young men. One is 22 years old, the other one is 19. I lost everything that year, the following year. I couldn't fulfill contracts when my mind became shattered. It broke. That's what happens when a stroke hits you. Um, I remember distinctly the first moments of that. And when we are running through hell in gasoline shorts like you are, and your balls are on fire, and you are like, fuck, be glad, be joyful, because at that moment, the universe in its entirety is coming into sharp focus like never before. You notice how nature uses shit as fertilizer, right? These moments that are really, really, really shitty, if you stay alive, if you keep breathing, Siraj, it's in your breath where the secret lies. Keep breathing, brother. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Center yourself. Love yourself kindly and unconditionally at this point more than ever. And then understand again that from this one person here, Ozzie Koto, you can call me Uncle Ozzie if you'd like. Well, my nephews and nieces call me that. I have deep gratitude for you. I love you unconditionally. When I was at my lowest, I remember I used to look forward every time a video that you produced would come out. I was excited because I didn't understand shit. And I understood that my first order of business was to learn how to learn. I had to learn how to learn in order to become the man that you see in front of you today. Able to speak, able to cognitize, able to actually write software once more, able to engineer and design systems on behalf of clients. It's taken me, wow, it'll be 5 years now, 5 years in order to get to this point where I feel fully capable and able to not only love myself, but love my life in the way that it is right now. So let me point something out to you, Siraj. You see this? That happened at the age of 11, brother. I blew off my hand doing an experiment. I wanted to actually create a neuromorphic, a neuron, right? Using a capacitor, a couple of resistors, and a transistor. And at a construction site, I found a thing that looked like a capacitor, like an electrolytic capacitor. It turned out to be a blasting cap, and it blew off my hand, as you see. It blew off my hand completely. Boom, gone. From one moment to the next, my life went from a normal 11-year-old child, happy, completely on course to being who I was, to then from one day to the next, I became crippled. I became the man who you see before you today. And in hindsight, I feel so much joy that this happened, you know. In hindsight, I see so much joy that my left cerebellum uh, had an ischemic stroke. It blocked. So a good portion of it seems like it died. And I was on the brink of death. My life is a miracle. In 2008, I suffered a massive heart attack here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a scar here, right? It runs from my neck all the way down to my just above my belly button. And I suffered a massive heart attack, and I died. I was brought back to life thanks to science, because ultimately I guess I came back to life in order to have this conversation with you, a young man who is at a point in his life where you will either crash deeply, or if you listen and you open your heart to the profound love that I have for you, this unconditional love and absolute unconditional gratitude for the work, as flawed as it is. It's flawed. There's no doubt. Just like this, right? I picked up a bomb. This fucking happened, man. I can't erase this. But here's the sweet stuff, brother. We get to do something wonderful with a new normal. A new normal. A new fucking normal, dude. You get to engineer a new life. You get to engineer making amends, doing things on behalf of all humanity, not just the people that are bitching and moaning because they lost $200 fucking dollars, dude. Seriously? You're gonna like kick a man really, really hard when he's down because you lost $200? The fuck out of here, dude. In business, I've made and I've lost millions. And loss is a part of life. Yes, you deserve your $200+, whatever it is that people have lost. I am not knocking anybody for complaining about a loss. Look, I lost. I actually, I used to live bitterly in my teenage years until I accepted that I lost. Now, does $200 that you lost compare to losing your hand? No, dude. Seriously, it's time to like adjust, pivot. Use this as a lesson, a $200 lesson. Anyways, I'm not bitching and moaning about anybody else. And your reality is your reality, and you feel what you feel. I respect that of everyone who complains, everyone who says all kinds of mean things about Siraj. Yeah, he made a mistake, but you know what? That man has massive ass balls to come out and say, I'm sorry. Not only am I sorry, here's what I did, right? And people, I've been reading through the comments. It's like, okay, well, you're angry right now. Fine, blow off the steam. Now, collectively as a community, what are we going to do? What are we all going to do in order to use this as a jumping forward point, jumping off point to bigger and greater things, right? Because when we get hit by a tragedy, it's what you do with that tragedy that counts. And so all I'm saying is everyone that has benefited, even one iota, in terms of listening to Siraj, take a moment to reach down deep inside and start exploring the process of forgiveness. Forgive yourself first for being dumb and getting gypped. Forgive yourself. That's important. Now, forgiveness is for you. It's not for Siraj. You know? All I want you to know, every single person, is that within us, we have the capability of growing from major tragedies. We have the capability of growing, of becoming happy, becoming a tighter knit community, a deeper family, when we are able to appreciate the flaws we have in ourselves and we get to see it played out in someone else's life. In this case, brother Siraj. So Siraj, now back to you, man. I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you represented, again, as flawed as it was, I cannot deny that you have been a blessing. You have been such a deep, profound blessing in my comeback. And I want you to know that I respect you from the bottom of my heart. I want to ask you to DM me, and I want to ask you specifically to give me about half an hour of your time. Half an hour, 30 minutes, right? I would like to talk to you because I would like to earn your friendship by returning to you the goodness that I derived from having come in contact with you initially when my brain was scattered and when life imploded around me. That's how I ended up here in New York City, and my children and all my family there in Florida. And I'm happy to say that come the end of January, I'm moving back to Florida, and I'm continuing my life. I've become a teacher in of all things conversational English in China remotely, and we live in an abundant world. There's an abundance of forgiveness within us. There's an abundance of blessings that are just waiting for us to see ourselves and know that, hey, whatever I'm going through, there's a ton of other people going through it. There's an abundance of goodness that comes from knowing that the universe is not pissed off with you, Siraj. The sun is still shining, the earth is still spinning, trees are still processing carbon dioxide and spitting out the oxygen and keeping the carbon. Hey man, we're blessed, we're alive. And now your true purpose, as all this is stripped from you, now your true purpose becomes evident. So you can reach me at ozziecoto.bx at gmail.com. Siraj, I look forward to half an hour of your time, one-on-one, brother. I look forward to having an opportunity to, in person, say thank you, and to also in person provide you with hopefully a different perspective, right? One where you flourish as a result of this. Okay, man? So listen, I love you, not just a little bit. You see, one of the gifts that I got from blowing off my hand is now I have a speech impediment in sign language. I've always wondered what this sounds like to someone who is deaf. Peace, brother. Peace be with you, okay? I love you, and I care deeply for you, man. Come on now. It's a new morning tomorrow. We're going to do it step by step, tiny step by tiny step, tiny step by tiny step. You're alive and you're a gifted man. And I'm so excited to see what comes next for you, man. Peace be with you. Peace be with everybody who feels angry right now. Please allow that to dissipate. Allow it to go. There's all kinds of good things waiting for you as well on the other side of this experience. Much love, everyone. Peace.